What My Mother Doesn't Know is about a girl named Sophie. She's 14 and a half years old, and she's trying to figure out the difference between love and lust. She can't really seem to get her head and her heart and her body to agree on anything. So the story is kind of about her first love and her second love and her third love, and she ends up falling for someone quite unexpected, and it makes for a fun story. And the second book, What My Girlfriend Doesn't Know, is the sequel to the first book, and it's almost as if you could, if it was a film and you could rewind the film just a little bit at the end of the first book. That's where this book begins. Only the difference is that this book is told from the point of view of Sophie's boyfriend, Robin. And so it tells the story of a guy who's really never been popular, and in fact he's so unpopular that his name has become synonymous with loser at his school. So if you want to insult somebody at their school, you won't say, "You are such a loser." You will say, "You are such a Murphy." And this guy, he's finally got a girlfriend for the first time in his life, and his life is really going through a lot of changes. I'm always excited to see the covers of my foreign editions of my books. I'm very interested to see what the designer in each country will come up with. And when I saw these covers, I really loved them. I loved how it's really just one photo, and if you put them together, it makes two. And also on the side of the book, there's this little heart, half a heart, and you put it together and it makes a whole heart, which I love. And also even on the back, they did it so on the back, it looks like that, which I think is so clever. The thing is though, when I saw the books and I saw this cover, I thought, wow, they made Murphy look really handsome. And in the story, he is not at all handsome. And I showed this book to my teenage son, Jeremy, and I said, wow, look at Murphy. And he said, well, Mom, maybe that's ugly in Sweden. I'm really delighted that these books have come out in Sweden because my publisher tells me that these are the very first novels in verse that have been published in the Swedish language. And for me, that feels like a really big honor. And just in case you don't know, a novel in verse is a series of poems that if you read them all in order, they tell a story. And people seem to like how few words there are on the page. I mean, it looks like, if you look at it, you can see it just looks like a collection of poetry. But really, it's a novel. There's just very few words on the page. And what's great about that is that it doesn't take you very long to read. So if you've waited too long to do your book report, you can just pick up one of these books and you can read it so fast. I get emails all the time from kids who say, you know, I just read your book and it only took me an hour and 37 minutes. And they're so happy. So if you're in a hurry to read a book, these are the ones to pick. I did a lot of different jobs before I became an author. I made animated films, and I taught filmmaking at Harvard University, and then I got a job to move to Hollywood and to work for Martin Scorsese and to be his personal assistant. And I worked as a production assistant on a Woody Allen film, and eventually I became a film editor. And it was great, really a lot of fun. We got to work with a lot of good people. I worked with John Travolta once. We edited a trailer for a film called Urban Cowboy that he was starring in. And every morning he'd come into the office and he'd kiss me on the cheek right here. It was very fun. But it wasn't just me. He kissed every girl in the office. Got a kiss on the cheek in the morning from John Travolta. Now I'd like to read you a short poem from What My Friends Don't Know. It's called During Study Hall. How can I study when my blood is pumping so loud that I can't hear my own thoughts? How can I read when the words keep swirling around on the page? How can I concentrate on ancient Babylonia when Dylan's note is burning in my pocket?